Hey, I'm Elizabeth Polinsky, and I am a military marriage counselor in Norfolk, Virginia. Today I'm going to talk about why marriage counseling often isn't covered by insurance. So I want to be really clear by what I mean. So in a very technical sense, couples therapy is covered by your insurance. It's covered under family therapy. So as long as your specific insurance plan covers family therapy, then it covers couple therapy. The problem is that a lot of marriage therapists, couples therapists, don't take insurance for couples therapy, and there are 5 reasons why. So the first one has to do with insurance companies. One is that, number one is that your insurance company requires that one of you have a mental health diagnosis and that you are so severe with your mental health diagnosis that it's medically necessary for you to go to therapy, and that somehow couple therapy is going to improve your mental health diagnosis. There are so many couples where neither of them meet diagnostic criteria for a mental health diagnosis, and so then they wouldn't be able to use their insurance because of that. And so that's one reason why couples therapists often don't use insurance, is because they don't want to diagnose somebody as the problem, because number 2, marriage and family therapists tend to think about the relationship as a system, and in a system there is no one person that is a problem. It's how we interact together, how we co-create what's happening between us, how we both contribute to what's going on, and how we're both impacted by what's going on. And so in actual couple therapy, it should be systemic, and in that sort of sense there is no mental health diagnosis. And in fact, we would say that you are having a very natural reaction to the system, that it's not a mental health diagnosis, it's a natural reaction to what's going on between the two of you. And so this is another reason why couples therapists often don't take insurance for couple therapy, because 1, they think systemically and not like there is someone with a mental health problem. 2, in order to use the insurance, you would have to meet criteria for a mental health diagnosis. Okay, so number 3, let's say that you meet criteria for a mental health diagnosis, and you meet medical necessity requirements, and couple therapy can help with your specific diagnosis. When you use your insurance, they are really involved in your care. So when you use your insurance, part of you using your insurance is an agreement that with your insurance company that they can look at all of the records. So they can look at your diagnosis, they can look at the treatment plan, they can look at all of the progress notes, they can come look at everything. And so there really isn't a lot of confidentiality when it comes to the insurance company. So some therapists don't like that. They really want to protect the client's confidentiality. So that is another concern there. On top of the confidentiality concern, there's also a concern around insurance companies sort of dictating treatment by deciding how many therapy sessions you are allowed to have. I've had some insurance companies say that a client can only have 12 therapy sessions. Another insurance company say that they could only have 24 sessions. And depending on what's going on between the two of you, it's really hard to know how long therapy might take. And oftentimes it takes longer than what is allowed by insurance companies. And so that is another reason, is because a therapist wants to make sure, hopefully, if they're a good therapist, they often want to do whatever they think is really going to be helpful for you as a couple, and not have what they do be dictated by the insurance company. So finally, the last reason why couples therapists don't always take insurance for couples therapy has to do with whether an insurance company reimburses for the therapy. At what rate do they reimburse? So let me just start off by saying couples therapy takes more training than individual therapy does, and it's way harder to do than individual therapy. And some insurances pay more than individual therapy for couple therapy, but other insurances pay less or significantly less for couples therapy than they do for individual therapy. And so this is kind of a big problem in the field for therapists, because I have one insurance company that pays me 2/3 of what they pay me for individual therapy. I have another insurance that pays me 1/3 of what other insurance companies pay me. I have one that pays 1/2 of what other insurances pay me, and those are for couple therapy. And so if I am with the insurance plan that pays 1/3 to 1/2 of what other insurances pay me, or of my typical rate for therapy, then oftentimes, if that's all I'm doing, I can't pay my bills. And so this is a problem across the field of therapy, specifically for couple and family therapy, is that a lot of insurances will not pay the same amount that they would pay for individual therapy, and different insurance companies will pay lower than other insurance companies will for family therapy. And so a therapist is likely going to be with an insurance company that pays them more, or that is in line with their training and experience. So I hope this information was helpful. You can check out this video over here on how to use insurance for couple therapy, especially if you're going to try to use your out-of-network benefits. I hope you enjoyed this.